Bluff City Media presents The Anthony Sain Show with your host, Anthony Sain. Now, let's get to the show.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Anthony Sain Show. This is, of course, your host, Anthony Sain, here with my guy, man, Kenny Stubblefield's in the building. Kenny, what's going on with your brother?
Man, it's a good day, man. It's a beautiful day. Ready
Man,
for
great day.
the end of the season, man. It's going to be exciting. Last couple of games.
Man, we are here. 3 games left. If you're watching on Friday, there are 2 games left.
Yeah.
If you're watching on Monday, I think the season's over. I don't know.
Yeah, because the last game will be on Sunday at 2:30.
Yeah, everybody's talking like, we don't know what we're talking about because we're saying the amount of games wrong. Like we don't. These shows aren't live. We record these shows at least a day before. Some of the shows are recording 2 days before. So I do record my show typically the day before we air. So just keep those things in mind if I say incorrect as far as that goes. The rest of the stuff, to hell with y'all. If you ain't got to agree. If it's incorrect as you, hey, you ain't got to agree is what I got to say. But Kenny, like I said, the people who are watching our show on Friday, we are recording on Thursday. The Memphis Grizzlies are preparing to play the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight in just a few hours. 8:30 tip. We made the decision. Let's record before the game because after the game is just egregious. Daniel Greer will be doing his post-game show. I'm like, nah, man. I'm definitely not waiting until he's done. And I'm not, I don't like particularly. We can record while they're live at the same time. I don't want any confusion. So I was like, no, man, I don't want to fool with that. Let's go ahead and jump in early because what I want to talk about really doesn't depend on if the game is happening or not.
The outcome of the game, whatever.
Doesn't matter, yeah. But if we won, put it in the comments what happened. Let us know what happened in the game. Let us know what happened. The Grizzlies versus Minnesota Timberwolves tonight.
Demon Edie time, baby.
Demon Edie time. Ken, this is also, if I'm not mistaken, the final NBA on TNT regular season game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, the Grizzlies play the final TNT game.
And I believe that when they made those plans, Kenny Stubberfield, when TNT made those plans, they looked at the NBA schedule and they saw a matchup between the two future faces of the league, right? or maybe the 2 fallen faces of the league, right? And Ja Morant and Anthony Edwards. Ja Morant, of course, had the incident where he was in a nightclub in Denver making it rain. Dropping the stimulus on the young adult entertainers there in the city.
Shout out to Ja.
Yeah, putting some young ladies through college. It was, I want to say it was before it would have been right after the holidays. So he was, reimbursing some young ladies for the Christmas gifts they got.
Helping with their mortgage for the next 6 years.
All those type of things, man. Just making it rain on those young ladies. Just being a, upstanding citizen, right? Changing the lives of young women in the Denver metro area. Decided to pull out a gun.
I mean, come on.
Some people have said there was a cigarette lighter he pulled out or something like that.
And that was a water gun, right? It was a water gun.
There was some kind of report that he had a cigarette lighter. Anyway, Ja Morant had pulled out a gun in a nightclub, was flashing it. Big no-no job. Can't do that job. Bad job. Suspended, I believe, 8 games, something like that. I want to say he was out something. Yeah, he was something like he was already out or something happened, but he was suspended 8 games for that. And then he did it again, right? He did it again that offseason. Did it again that offseason. Sitting in his house out in East Tennessee. I want to say it was his birthday weekend. Your birthday happened, you get comfy, man. Right. You just start doing shit, right? So Ja got in trouble a second time, flashed the blicky again in the car with D-Tap. Fast forward to 2025, Kenny Stubberfield, and he was suspended big time for them with 25 games, I believe.
More than what we thought it would be. We thought it would be less.
Be more like 15. Yeah, it got like 25 game suspension. Got injured for the season last year. Still was in the top 10 in jersey sales. I want to say he played like 12 games or something like that. 9 games. 9 games still was top 10 in jersey sales was Ja Morant. Had a shoe that couldn't stay on the shelves.
66%, man.
All these type of things for Ja Morant. And then, we fast forward to this year, right? Well, in between that time, Anthony Edwards went to the Western Conference Finals, Olympian, all those type of things. And the face of the league conversation was shifted to saying that Ja Morant dropped the bag and now Anthony Edwards is his face of the league, right? And then, the summer of 2024 happened after the Olympics, right? And you hear all these stories about And if you remember, I had a conversation with my brother who lives in Minneapolis, right? He was a Minnesota Timberwolves fan who called me one day just ragging on me. Oh, man, Ja fumbled the bag, man. Man, what a dumbass, man. And he had it, bro, and Ed took it from him. I said, my brother, let me remind you. Hold on.
You called this a long time ago.
Let me remind you, my brother, my oldest brother, who was 19 years old when I was born. That's how much of a difference it is between me and my oldest brother. I'm the most true example of a runt ever, bro. Like, my closest sibling to me was 9 when I was born. All my siblings were out of here when I was born. But anyway, I told my brother, I said, oh, not so fast, my brother. Be reminded that Anthony Edwards is a YN from Atlanta. And what do we have here? Since then, Anthony Edwards has shown his ass in several ways, including placing many children and women that he wants no part of, amongst other the YN activities for Anthony Edwards. Ja Morant, since then, everything's been squeaky clean. Had a good friend of mine tell me that D-Tap is a changed man. Put me onto that a long time ago. We've seen evidence that he has, kind of changed his act. D-Tap is a new man. Ja's been a new man. I've heard some cool things about Ja. I'm gonna tell you about during the break too, bro. But just all these things. Ja's changed his thing, right? Then Ja has this just horrible season this year, right? Where he's at one point scoring like 18 points a game. The offense isn't ran around him anymore. Doing all this weird stuff. Nobody puts Ja in the corner type stuff. All these, this is just a super weird season for Ja Morant. Injuries that you can only get in a car wreck or a Jake LaRavia lob.
Shout out Jake LaRavia.
Jake LaRavia, man. Injuries you can only get in one of those two situations only. Ja Morant was getting. The shoulder injury is super scary. The hip injury was scary. Re-injuring the shoulder and uncertainty around that. Just been one of those type of seasons for Ja Morant, right? And we started talking about there's a machine behind Ja, right? There's a machine that wants him to perform, and he's not able to do that. Way down on his average. Didn't make the All-Star team because of injuries. Won't make NBA, All NBA, all those type of things for Ja Morant. And then you start hearing things like, Jaren's the best player on his team, and Jaren's the franchise. Ja's the most exciting player, but he's not the best player. And this team was always going to have to be as good as Jaren Jackson's going to be. And all these type of takes came out, right? And I'm sitting there like, man, I know I've been a Jaren guy since Summer League 2018, right? 2017-18 season. I was a Jaren Jackson guy, right? Mainly because when the Grizzlies were bad and Gabe was little bitty, Jaren was the first kind of good player we had that Gabe could kind of relate to. So that thing happened and Gabe met Jaren a couple times.
Right.
And every time Jaren sees Gabe, he wrestles with him. It's just a little thing they got going on where they fight each other every time they see each other. I stay out of that type of stuff. But Jaren's my guy. Jaren's my favorite player in the league. And even I was like, wait a minute. I'm not okay.
Pump the brakes.
I'm not okay with saying that Jaren's the best player on this team. Even with, he had been an all-star before, defensive player of the year. My whole thing has been this team is as good as Ja Morant is, right? And so now we're at a place where these two guys, two American black basketball players who have been labeled to be the future in the NBA, the face of the league, right? In the league that has a Luka Doncic, has a Wemby, has a these Jokic, all these guys that are international players. I'm not giving y'all I don't give not only did I not give people Giannis as European, I don't even give him foreign no more.
No. Greece doesn't get Giannis. Sorry.
No, he is not a Greek citizen, bro. Because if he could not play basketball, he would be an African refugee. And he would not be a Greek citizen. Like y'all would not be claiming him as Greek if he was just a big dude, just a dude that couldn't hoop in Greece, right? No. Giannis, and I saw the Disney movie, and that was my confirmation. And y'all would not be calling that dude a Greek citizen if he wasn't hooping. That man would be an African refugee. But anyway, the league has been, taken over. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. How about I was watching a YouTube video and a guy from another country called SGA Shai Gilgeous. I said, I knew I was right. That boy's name is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But anyway, you got all these foreign players that are the best players in the league, right? And And you know that the league probably wants that to be American guys, right? And you got these two young guys in Ja and Anthony Edwards, who, if you want to look at it, drop the bag, so to speak, right? But I don't know what happens tonight, Kenny Stubblefield. I don't know what happened in yesterday's game you're watching on Friday. But these are two guys that I am pulling for, and I'm hoping they get it together and keep it together, man. Anthony Edwards nobody has better commercials than Anthony Edwards as far as his shoe is concerned. That shoe is a good-looking shoe. The shoe sells. His jersey sells. Ja, and we're about to take a break in a minute, man, because I'm going to talk about one more thing. Then we'll go to the break. And that is, we haven't seen this version of Ja in a long time. And we talked about the other day, like, what did it cost, right? We did the whole Avengers Infinity War thing, right? We said, okay, Thanos, what did it cost when Gamora came to him, right? And the thing I'm saying is right now we have a very happy Ja Morant who's playing the best basketball he's played, I'm going to say, in his career, bro, because we're seeing Ja not just get to the basket, but he's got the floater going. He's got the mid-range going. The three-point shot is falling right now.
Shot looks good.
He's playing defense. He's engaged. He's energetic. He's not on the side looking crazy. And I think we're in a good season right now with Ja. I don't mean this. I mean good. I'm talking church talk now, but we're in a good time right now with Ja Morant, right? And I think that's an amazing thing, bro. And I think whatever it takes for Ja to be happy, I'm down for it. If it's doing gun celebrations and getting fined $75,000, those are the things that keep Ja Morant going, bro. Sign me up for all that shit, bro. Because like I said, the version of Ja I saw with a shiesty on and like looking like super melodramatic in the locker room, and look, it just mouthing, like saying, like being short with the media and all these type of things, and super frustrated about stuff and halfway answering questions and going off on guys on Twitter, Coach Vaughn, and like that shit was not fun at all, bro. Like that version of Ja was awful. Like I hated to see him like that, and I hated to see the things that were coming from him being like that, right? So I'm excited about what I'm seeing this version of Ja Morant and what that can mean for not just the rest of this season, man, but just going forward. But we'll take a break, Kenny, and when I come back, I have a theory, Kenny Stubblefield, that I believe encompasses all these things we're talking about, man, because I've seen this before, Kenny Stubblefield, when it comes down to Ja Morant, and we'll talk about something I've been observing. It's just a theory. This ain't intel. This ain't nothing that I know. I could very well be wrong, but it's just a little weird feeling I got. I'm going to talk about that and more when we come back to the Anthony Sain Show. See you guys in a minute.
So then Ja, since he was fined, he decided to change his celebration after 3, and now it is pull the clip, throw the grenade, cover the ears.
I think it's him throwing out his words. It's he's throwing his words out, and he's not listening to what the people have to say.
People are saying about him?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's probably it.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Definitely. Whatever it means, it's hysterical. Not only does he like cover his ears, he crouches down and covers his ears.
He doesn't want to hear the people.
He doesn't want to hear the people.
He's trying to keep the noise out.
That's what it's laugh.
Tune in to the Night Court Podcast with your hosts, Rob Fisher and Brevin Knight, on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Is it time for the Tiger fans to panic at this point, or do you think it's let's just allow Penny to do what he does the best, and that's get players for his roster in Memphis?
If you see Memphis in like one of these like 30 plus school long lists of like Memphis has contacted this player, they have reached out to this player, right, that does not automatically make them a Memphis target. Memphis has missed out on a couple of legitimate targets this year. I'm not going to pretend like that hasn't happened. Memphis is being very meticulous about the way that it's operating in the portal right now. We still have 15 whole days for high impact players to enter the portal. And there are names that I've heard linked with Memphis that haven't even been, that publicly mentioned yet, that could be legitimate starting pieces.
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show, man. Just came back from the break. Kenny,
hey, before you get into
yeah.
this next theory, I kind of want to the last topic we talked about was happy jaw equals good jaw. And shout out to Sean Coleman, Stats Sack. He'd been putting out a bunch of stuff about Ja Morant and the current streak he's on. Did you know that there's only been, and I'm going to read a couple of the tweets just to kind of prove the point statistically, we see it with our eyes, but in terms of like the numbers and stuff like that. But Ja Morant, 6 days ago, he tweeted this: Ja Morant has scored 302 points over his last 10 games. It is the 22nd time a Grizzlies player has averaged 30 points over any 10 games, regular season stretch in franchise history. Guess who's done it all 22 times?
Ja Morant.
Ja Morant. Then there's one more. I think it's just a crazy tweet, crazy numbers. But he tweeted this yesterday. There have now been 3 times in Grizzlies franchise history that a player has scored 20 plus points in 15 straight games. The 21-22 season was wild. Ja did it 22 times in a row in the 21-22 season, and then he did it 19 times in a row in the same season.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ja was going crazy that year. And I knew. Go ahead.
And then 15 times right now, current streak, 15 games in a row, 20 plus points, 15 games in a row.
I knew it had to be Ja only because I remember like when Mike was here, Zebo was here, Mark was here, somebody. If somebody scored 30, man, we were bitching on Twitter like, why ain't Legion Sports Center? Like Mike Conley scored 31 tonight. Like why? Like we really would get excited about stuff that Ja does like all the time, right? So yeah, I knew it had to be Ja and Ja only for sure. I know nobody else was going off like that. Scoring wise in franchise history. But Ken, like I said, we were talking about by any means, like if it costs Ja taking suspensions, if it costs Ja throwing gun signs on the court, whatever it takes to reinvigorate Ja to keep him happy, right? But Kenny, I've seen this before, Kenny. Let's go through the timeline. Let's go through the timeline of this thing and what I feel like is a redirection, so to speak, in Ja Morant to get back into that face of the league or just that super marketable player status, right? And by the way, Ja's shoes still sell like crazy.
Yeah. Hold on.
I got these joints the other day, man. I got I don't know what they call it. I call them my guy, Driven Dave slid in the DM. He said, man, I like those Jaws. He said, I like the soul of them, all that. He said, they remind me of Peeps, Marshmallow Peeps for Easter. I said, hell yeah, I'm wearing these hoes with an Easter suit. God damn it, hell yeah, I'm wearing those with an Easter suit for 420.
Let's go.
Yeah, shout out to that as well, man. But anyway, going back, I'm gonna go back in time, Kenny. I'm gonna hold up another shoe, Kenny Stubblefield. I did not have these props intended. They were sitting here. I got shoes all over the place. I'm gonna take you back, Kenny. Do a color swap, right? Do a color swap to this shoe here.
Okay.
This is the Air Jordan 1.
Right.
The first ever shoe that was banned by the NBA.
Right.
Kenny Stubblefield, but it really wasn't. Michael Jordan was taking fines for wearing this shoe, and Nike thought it was cool as hell.
Right.
And it brought a lot of attention to this shoe, brought a lot of attention to Nike, and it made Michael Jordan the most marketable star of all time, right? I'm going somewhere, Ken. Let me take you somewhere. When Ja Morant, Ja's been doing the little hand three, whatever thing he was doing that this year. People have found a couple clips where he's done the gun thing, right? But when he had the thing with Buddy Hield, that mug hit different, right? Like it was everywhere. Like everybody was talking about, oh, Ja's throwing gun signs, right? Ja's throwing gun signs, right? After that happened, a conversation with Ja and Adam Silver happened, right? Do you think that's the only people that talked to Ja Morant after he did it?
Absolutely not.
Come on now. Let's use our rational heads, bro.
Absolutely.
I'm assuming that Nike talked to Ja after that. And there was some conversation between Nike and Ja Morant. Also, keep in mind that colorway I got on dropped the day after that happened, if I'm not mistaken. That colorway dropped the day after that incident happened, because they normally drop on Fridays. That game happened on a Thursday night, right? The Miami Heat game was on a Thursday, right?
Right.
That shoe was not out the Friday before. That game, I want to say that shoe dropped the day after that happened. But anyway, Ja had some conversation with Nike, right? He had some level of conversation. You know he did, right? They had to. And I'm sure Ja was like, man, whatever, he did it to me first. And man, like, why is this such a big deal? That's not what I got in trouble for. Like, why can't I do that? Everybody's doing it. And Ja said, he got an interview. He got interviewed today, Thursday. And he said, man, this is something that's been on my head for a couple of years. And I'm sure he's thought about, ever since I got suspended for this gun stuff, all these dudes in the league are doing gun hand signs. But if I did it, it'll be a problem. So Ja started doing it. I'm sure Nike came to him. He gave his spiel about how he feels about the whole thing, how he feels about the unfair treatment. And I guarantee you at that point, Kenny Stubblefield, Nike started thinking about ways we can make this into something beneficial for us. I guarantee you that happened. Ja comes out again. He does it again. What happens, Kenny Stubblefield? He gets fined $75,000. Yeah. What else happened? What else happened?
Well, he did it in the Miami game, so the shoe dropped the next day.
And then what else happened?
I don't know.
Everybody was talking about it. It was all over social media. It's all over ESPN. Some people say it's silly. Some people say it's justified. But people are talking about it, right? They're talking about this whole Ja Morant in the hand.
Oh, yeah. The conversation. Yeah.
So, and shout out to Gilbert Arenas, man.
Shout
out to Gilbert Arenas on his show saying, no, they're fucking with Ja. And Ja didn't do what I did. Like, Gilbert Arenas, of course, had the incident where he had guns ready for, I can't remember that dude's name.
Javaris Crittenton.
Javaris Crittenton had guns ready for him.
Who ended up murdering somebody. Javaris Crittenton.
Right. So Gilbert Arenas probably had good reason to have that thing ready, right? Yeah. So Gilbert Arenas was like, no, all y'all sound crazy. Like, what Ja did and what I did are not the same thing, bro. And Ja should be able to do that stuff. Like, what I did was some ready to kill somebody type stuff. It was threatening. Like, what Ja's doing was just being goofy. And everything he's doing now is just being silly. But like I said, Kenny, he got suspended for it. And I'm sure another conversation happened too. And you know who that conversation probably was between?
Who? it
probably was between Nike and the NBA. And they probably said, hey, if he did this again, what's going to happen? What's the worst that can happen?
Oh, God.
They said, well, we'll find him. Okay. Ja, do it again. Ja did it again. And then he gets fined. Everybody's talking about it, right? And what does he do the very next game? And what happens before the game? All eyes are on Ja. What's Ja going to do this time? What celebration is he going to do, right?
Right.
And now this guy who's having the worst season of his career is right back. You got people pulling for him. You got national media members pulling for him.
You got Taylor Rooks and Dirk Nowitzki doing the celebration.
Doing it. Come on, bro.
The darling of NBA media, Taylor Rooks, sitting next to Dirk Nowitzki. Number one, how did that happen?
Well, you know Dirk. You know how Dirk get down, bro. He does. He does bring the Tupperware to the cookout, bro. Like, for sure.
Wow.
You forgot about that now. Come on.
I didn't know about that.
He does like a little extra cocoa in his whatever you're trying to say, with his milk. Goddamn.
In his milk.
Does like a little Nesquik with his milk.
Like a little chocolate milk, not the white milk.
Yeah, like that 2% almond milk. Goddamn. But I'm just spitballing, bro. Like, this ain't based on nothing. Like, this is probably wrong as hell. But how crazy would it be if Nike is like, bro, we gonna see where we can go with this, bro? Because bad guys sell, man. Charles Barkley had a campaign where he said, "I'm not a role model. Parents, I'm not your kid's role model." This was a Nike ad, bro, for Charles Barkley, right? LeBron James in the height of being like evil LeBron James was selling the hell out of LeBrons. And it was the cleanest colorways ever came out when LeBron was this evil Thanos of the league, right? Like when he was like playing for Miami and was the villain, LeBron's shoes were selling like crazy. And I'm telling you, man, like I think that Nike tried to see, okay, well, how far can we go? Because we're not trying to get you suspended. But just keep the people wondering what you're gonna do next, man. Keep them wondering what you're gonna do next. Like, he did the grenade thing, right? Okay, well, everybody gonna tune in tonight. Oh, what Ja gonna do? He make a three. What he gonna do? Come on, man. Like, and I ain't saying this is real. I ain't saying this is what's going on. But shit, it could be, bro. That's all I'm saying. Like, it could be a calculated thing that he's doing with Nike to just let's get you into that I don't. Oh, then what else did he do? He hits a game winner and he calls freaking what's the name a pigeon. Like, come on, bro.
Like, that was so wild. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
To me, it's these companies not only understand narratives, they also dictate narratives, right?
And they create narratives and they think on a way that we do not think, bro.
And they all they care about, and this is the way that most people should think about these things, is the bottom line. Will it sell? What's the narrative, the story arc, right? Will this story arc sell? Ja has turned 3-point celebrations into an art form at this point.
To must-see TV. What are you going to do now, man?
So
that's within the rules. Like, you know what I mean?
So I guess my question is knee or Nye, shot by Nye?
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, he get ready to shoot. So did, but it just came what you talking about. Because he said, people, what we shooting? What we shooting? We gotta shoot somebody.
What are we shooting? Are we shooting this? This? Are we shooting this? What are we shooting?
What we shooting? What we doing, man?
Is this imagine the story arc? Memphis fans, the city of Memphis, surrounding Ja Morant, embracing the celebration story arc.
I'm shooting, motherfucker. Somebody go down. I forgot Nye Dunn has that project he working on. Where he said, whoever want to follow up, man, follow up.
He says, gotta be the shoes. Gotta be the shoes. Gotta be the shoes.
And he sold it, bro.
Gotta be the shoes.
Hey, bro, I didn't even think that, bro. Hey, bro, y'all better stop playing, bro.
Y'all don't think,
I might be right, bro, for real.
If y'all don't think that this thing is going to be turned around to where Ja becomes once again the most marketable. He played 9 games in 3 years.
Yep. And I had a conversation too. Somebody was like, man, they ain't gonna be doing that, man. The league the white kids gonna be watching this stuff. Ooh. I'm like, bro, who you think about rap music, bro? Like,
have you seen hip hop concerts?
Yeah, it's a bunch of white people, bro.
Who's there?
White kids. And they talking about doing more than, flashing guns in your driveway. Come on, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Ja leaning to this villain thing could very well be calculated. It could be a media push. Because, like I say, bro, like when there's a system set up against you, you can't good behavior your way out of it, bro, because it don't work. They coming for you whether your behavior is good or not. Well, man, that's
let's do this. Let's go in this direction. You're a WWE guy. You're a wrestling guy. John Cena just extended his career by 10 years.
Maybe
a couple of weeks ago by turning heel.
Yep.
By turning heel.
Job, bro. Heel job.
I mean, John Cena was on the way out.
Right.
And all that man did was turn heel.
Because you know what? When you talk about the whole Anthony Edwards thing, right? Anthony Edwards been on the heel run for a while. Like, there's nothing babyface about what Anthony Edwards is doing, bro. Like, at all. But he's still rising. He's still got love. He's still, one of, this dude was talking shit to Barack Obama, bro.
Bro, this man.
Hey, bro. Hey.
This man went in and said to in court, not to put his business everybody knows what the story is, right?
Damn them kids. But they said it's fake. They said it didn't happen. They said that never happened. They said it was a fake story. But it does sound like
that man said, I want nothing to do with you or the baby. Here's 18 years.
Hey, what LeBron said, hey, thank y'all for rocking with us. Because of that, here go 2 more for you. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Hold
on. Go ahead.
When is the NBA and just national media as a whole, when are they going to realize America loves the heel, dude? They love the villain, bro. They love it.
They do.
Love
man,
it.
Let me say this so we can get up out this joint, man. Y'all finna end this whole Nico Harrison screwed over the Dallas Mavericks, Luka crying on the sideline, bro. Nico Harrison did not trade Luka Doncic, bro. That's another conspiracy theory of Anthony Sain. You can put that in the banner too, man. Leave Nico Harrison ass alone. Mark Cuban cracked the code last night. He pulled the layers back last night when they were booing him and saying fire Nico. Mark Cuban was shaking his head like, "Nah, you fucks. Y'all don't understand. This dude was just doing his job. He did what he was told to do by his owners, bro. Like, there's no way. I didn't believe this when I heard it. I was like, bro, this story is not how they present this story. I just don't believe it. And at first I was saying Luka must ask for a trade. and he's just doing it in a stealth way. No, man. If you go look on the dark web, man, go look on the interwebs, right? You will find stories, you will find rumors that the Dallas Mavericks owners want no part of actually owning the NBA team, and they're trying to operate that team as lean as possible. They're trying to get some casinos in there, and they do not care about the NBA. They don't care about the Dallas Mavericks fans. That franchise, as you know it, is over. Those owners don't care about nothing. And I believe that they instructed Nico Harrison to trade Luka Doncic against their brother's will. Nobody can tell me that Nico Harrison is that dumb. Nobody can tell me that he made a trade. Who in the hell trades maybe the most trade value player in the league, a 25-year-old megastar in Luka Doncic? Who trades him and doesn't make it public to try to get as much as possible? Who trades that dude under the table in silence? Because you didn't do it because you were getting some mega deal. You did it. It's just so much weirdness about that deal, bro. And it pisses me off so fucking bad, Kenny Stubblefield, that these garbage-ass Laker fans keep getting megastars like spoon-fed, like gift wrapped to them, bro. Y'all, bro, they were about to be ass when LeBron retires.
Gift wrapped by the league, bro. If you don't think
gives them Luka Doncic, bro.
I mean,
yes,
honestly,
the league got involved. Yes, the league got involved and come on, bro, exactly.
Let's not forget, this is the same Nico Harrison who built that roster from bullshit around Luka
Doncic, bro,
and took them to the finals. That roster took them to the finals the year before.
There's nothing in me makes me think that shit was real, bro.
And you think he's going to sell like that? He's not going to sell like that.
I think Adam Silver knew what the hell was going on. I mean, he was a part of that shit. LeBron was a part of that shit, bro. I'm not believing this shit, bro. No. We about to get about this joint, man. Put in the comments what you think about the conspiracy theories I'm dropping, man. I believe all this shit now, bro. Hey, John, what you gonna do tonight, big dog? I want to see it. Y'all, tell me what y'all did yesterday, man. Tell me in the comments what y'all did, man, for sure. But I do appreciate y'all for rocking with us. The numbers have been off the chain for the show, all things considered. And I don't have to cosplay as a white man one time a year for you guys to really rock with me. Yes, that was shade. Good look.
Wait,
we'll talk about that one after the show. I'll say it one more time. I don't have to cosplay as a white man once a year to get attention. I just got a good show, but we'll really cover what that means in a minute because it's that time of year for cosplaying. But we'll talk about that later. Go get away too many hits is what I'm saying. But goddamn, thank y'all, man. Thank y'all seriously for rocking with us, for supporting the show for the last couple of years. The numbers are looking really good, man. We appreciate it. If you are a local business owner, get with your boy, man. We got space for you down here, man. We got space for you up there and over there. We got space for you between these breaks. Y'all tired of looking at Brevin and Rob high ass on this junk? We can put y'all in there, man. We can put y'all in those spots, man. We can slide you in, man. I'm trying to tell you. Hey, we got something for you. Hit up Kenny, hit up me. Don't hit up me, man. Kenny might start playing my money, bro.
I don't play the money,
no. Hit up Kenny, hit up me. Put a comment in here saying you interested in that type of stuff. Kenny will reach out to you, or I can reach out to you. Yeah. Man, we need if you want to partner with us and be a part of what we're doing, be a part of this audience, be a part of this team. Hey, ain't no better time than right now, man. But for Kenny Stubblefield, for my boy Perry Sharkey out of town doing his thing, this is your boy Anthony Sain. We'll see y'all next week, man, and we out.
Thank you for listening to the Anthony Sain Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.